Walking to UT campus after a nice ass workout, trying to spit some gems. Trying to spit some gems. As he slide through here. So I got his equipment. All right. Lesson of the day. Lesson of the day. Lesson of the day. What we're gonna learn is knowing your role. As the great philosopher Dwayne the Rock Johnson once said, "Know your role." I think that was what he fucking said, or play your role, something like that. But the Rock was absolutely correct. Most of you guys gotta figure out where you fit in life. And too often, what I begin to notice is most people want to fucking sprint before they can crawl. And this is why it's important to know your role. You gotta know when you're at the bottom of the pyramid and when you should be at the top. So, like one of the things I find with people, and this is great difficulty with people, is a level of self-awareness to be identify who they are, what they're good at. Because there's three things to knowing your role. First of all, you need to know who you are, like what's your frame, what are the God-given gifts that you have naturally. What are you good at? What's your skill set? What do you do? And where you are in like time and place. Understanding geography, the XY coordinates. What is the time and place that you're in? Because these are all crucial factors to be able to understand whether or not you fit in a particular role in life. So, like for example, if you're a basketball player, if you are 5'11" and you can shoot the lights out and you can dribble, you probably should be playing center. If you're playing center, you're trying to get rebounds and shit. That's not your role. That's not what you're there for. You're there to dish the ball out and shoot open threes. That's your role. You don't need to be going to the basket. You need to be shooting threes, passing the ball, setting up offense. And so, what people need to understand in life is you got to know what position to play in the grand scheme of life. I got a buddy, me and him chopping it up, and I got certain aspirations for certain things, but I realized something. I said, hold up a second. In this particular place and time, you fit better as this particular role than as opposed to I do. I'll be better as an advisor as opposed to the fucking person doing the thing. And so that's one thing you gotta pretty much like identify as a human being, figuring out where do you fit in the grand scheme of the puzzle piece. Because a lot of people, everybody can fit in some type of puzzle piece. There's always some room or some role to play in life. There's no such thing as a person who's a useless human being. Everybody has uh, a fucking place in this world. Like even the snails, the caterpillars, the ants, all these animals, they play a fucking role in the great organization of life, the great scheme of life. They all mean something. Not every organism can be a fucking tiger. If you got a bunch of tigers running around, what the tiger's gonna do? You gotta have a certain amount of gazelles. You have to have a certain amount of like people who are grass. You have to have a certain amount of everything in life in order for shit to be able to operate in a manner that's conducive for the environment. So, like, what a lot of people don't understand is you might have all the skills and be a perfect fit, but it's not your place and time right now. You're too far ahead. You might have to wait and delay a little bit. Wait and delay and understand. And this is another thing. It's just funny, man. Human beings are so funny. This also goes to like relationships. A lot of chicks have suffered in relationships for no good reason outside of they refuse to play their role. They refuse to be in the role they're supposed to be. And the same thing goes for dudes. Dudes don't want to play their role. Dudes want to be the feminine one and want to follow their girl to whatever the hell she's going. And then women want to be the leaders, but don't know where they're going. So you got two confused people playing roles that don't make any sense, and that's why everything's counterproductive and toxic. Because you got to understand, nature has a way of working the things that needs to be worked out in the way it does. When you feel something in your gut, like we have an instinct, like I'm not feeling this. Not feeling this whatsoever. When you have these instincts and shit, what you need to understand is these are this is God's way of telling you you're not in the right place, you're not in the right role. When you're doing something and it's so hard and you're getting no feedback, and no matter what you do, it's just harder and harder for it to work. That means you're doing something that you probably shouldn't be doing. That means you're not in the right place. You're not in the right role. It's like if you're, like I said, like if you're a 5'11" center in the NBA, yeah, you could busting your ass, you sweating, you rushing down to the block, you doing everything you can fucking do, and nothing's working because you're not in the right role. You shouldn't be there. So I think a lot of you guys understand, like if you're in a bad relationship that feels like it's going nowhere, you feel stuck. It's because you shouldn't be there. That's not your role. You gotta identify these things, and here's the thing: the sooner you can identify what your role is and how to play it, because a lot of you guys know how to play, you just don't know where your role is at. You don't know, nobody's taking you down and sat you down and say, "Hey, look, homie, I know you like doing what you've been doing, but listen, I got a better solution for you. This solution is gonna put you in a much better position. You're gonna be a lot happier." But a lot of people, it's their ego. We got a lot of motherfuckers with egos out the ass, and these motherfuckers with these egos, they refuse. They simply refuse to go about life in a smart way. And so when you realize when you let your ego get in the way of letting you be coached or put in the right position, all it's gonna do is just keep kicking the nuts. That's it. You're gonna keep taking nut shot to nut shot to nut shot to nut shot to nut shot, until eventually you will learn. But most of you guys will have to get your brains and your nuts blasted in, bruised to the point you can't walk before you fucking figure it out. So all I gotta say is pray, 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 pray. Uh, Good days are coming. Good days are coming. I think the worst is already kind of behind us, and yeah, just look forward until tomorrow.